Navy and the Marine Corps encourage sailors and Marines to report technical issues to their chain of command. Every one of the technical manuals or mil-specs you use has a comment sheet in the front or the back to provide a venue for feedback. Providing this information is considered a positive response and gains credit for the group and individuals who are seeking to apply their on-site knowledge to improve conditions for their shipmates. In fact, our modern and technically complex Navy depends on such responses to foster continuous improvement. Most knowledgeable technical experts welcome such feedback. DoD and naval regulations and processes encourage your feedback. Let's see what a Pentagon contact has to say.
We need your feedback to help make the Navy and the Marine Corps better and safer and more efficient place to work. This feedback is especially important in technical manuals, the ones that you use every day, and you often pass a page in the front or the back that says, if you have comments on this manual, fill out this form. Filling out this form can go a long way, longer than you may understand.
Now let's listen to the NAVAIR and NAVSEA contacts to get their technical insight into the established feedback process.
Hello, I'm Dave Chacon of NAVSEA Logistics, C06L, NAVSEA's Technical Manual Management Program Manager, and I'm here to provide an overview to the many users of our technical manuals on how the technical manual feedback process works and how you can contribute to its success and effectiveness. Tech manuals are an essential part of any acquisition program and are planned, financed, and managed along with hardware and other program requirements. While the hardware usually gets the attention, the manuals, instructions, and guidance documents are the glue that helps users operate and maintain the equipment and allow the individual parts of the system to effectively work together. Program documentation, including technical manuals, typically accounts for about 10% of total program costs and continues for the entire life cycle of the equipment. It's critical that you, the maintainers and operators upon whom we depend, understand the processes involved in submitting and processing tech manual feedback reports and that you appreciate the value of your inputs. NAVSEA Technical Manual Deficiency Evaluation Reports, TMDRs, provide a flexible mechanism to provide your feedback. There are 3 ways to report issues and make recommendations to improve a technical manual. These include both hard copy and electronic media. The first and preferred method is through the web-based Technical Data Management Information System, or TDMIS, website. Note that a user account is required to submit TMDRs through TDMIS. For those with limited bandwidth, especially at sea, you can submit hard copy TMDRs via mail to the TMDR coordinator at the Naval Systems Data Support Activity, NSDSA, in Port Hueneme, California. There is also a website for those without a TDMIS account. The NSDSA website can also be used to submit TMDRs. In those instances where a TM deficiency constitutes an urgent problem, that is, involves a condition which, if not corrected, could result in injury to personnel, damage to equipment, or jeopardy to the safety or success of the mission, the TM user should send a naval message as the means of submitting feedback to correct the deficiency. Urgent issues require a 3-day response, while routine issues are required to be responded to within 30 days. Note that the issues won't get resolved within these time frames, but NAVSEA policy requires a timely response from the Technical Manual Management Activities, TMMAs, for TMDR submittals. In some cases, routine issues may take several months or longer before the deficiencies are corrected in the tech manuals. Finally, NAVSEA maintains an anchor desk for service to the fleet 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, with website, email, and telephone support. In summary, technical manuals play a vital role in the operation, troubleshooting, and maintenance of the Navy's technologically advanced and expensive systems and equipment. The Technical Manual Management Program depends on you, the sailor, to help keep the manuals current and accurate, thereby helping to ensure your safety and preventing damage to the equipment. Submitting TIMDERs is an easy way for you to provide the feedback we depend on. While you, as the submitter of the TIMDER, may not see the corrections in the manuals for which you submitted the TIMDER due to the length of time it takes to get them incorporated, you can take pride in the knowledge that your actions will benefit those who follow in your footsteps and are playing a critical role in ensuring the safety of your fellow sailors. Thank you for watching, and thank you on behalf of all Americans for your dedication and service.
Hi, I'm Mike Singleton. I'm the NAVAIR National Technical Manual Lead. My office provides the policies, processes, and instructions for the acquisition and sustainment of NAVAIR technical manuals. The remarkable decline in aviation mishaps over the last 50 years is due to both technological improvements and open and free reporting of issues. Major efforts began in the 1950s to address an unacceptably high rate of aviation mishaps. While key technologies such as slanted decks on aircraft carriers and varied navigational technologies played a major role, these were accompanied by open reporting of issues and consistent sharing of technical information in products such as NATOPS and maintenance manuals. Technical manuals and related guidance provide a foundation for operational efficiency, consistency, and safety. The process for feedback is essential to the process of continuous improvement. It has identified numerous safety issues and doubtless saved many lives and aircraft. Here is a chart depicting feedback submitted in the last 15 years from the users of NAVAIR manuals. Note the increase in the numbers in the last 5 years. This indicates the program is working and our sailors and Marines are providing valuable feedback. This video provides a review of your role as maintainers in providing the continued feedback that will continue to facilitate safety, efficiency, and effectiveness of naval aviation. The NAVAIR process for Technical Manual Deficiency Reporting, or TPDRs, is described in the NAVAIR 00-25-100, the Technical Publications Library Management Program Instruction. Remember, TPDRs, if it wasn't important, it wouldn't have an acronym. The manual describes the web-based reporting process through the NAVAIR Technical Data and Engineering Service Center. Your technical publications manager should have an account at the NATEC website. If you need to establish an account, go to the website listed on the screen for detailed guidance in establishing an account. OPNAV Instruction 4790.2J and ComNav 4 Instruction 4790.2 Bravo provide overall guidance and implementation for the Naval Aviation Maintenance Program, or NAP. Chapter 10 of the NAP provides specific guidance for operating procedures, including related inputs for reporting of deficiencies. Rapid changes to technical manuals can be made in response to urgent needs. MIL DTL 81748 Echo describes how technical manuals are updated. There are two types of high priority updates: rapid action changes and interim rapid action changes. Approved conditions for RACs and IRACs include hazards of safety of personnel, impairment of safety of flight, mission capability or fleet readiness, aircraft grounding, equipment damage, or environmental impact restrictions. Less urgent issues such as grammatical corrections receive more routine attention and are modified on a regular schedule. All TPDRs shall be submitted via JDRS, either directly through the JDRS website or indirectly via program-specific IETM interfaces. Information for submitting TPDRs is available in the NAVAIR 00-25-100. Originators shall submit separate TPDRs for each deficiency, whether the deficiencies are in the same or different publication. This facilitates tracking and final resolution of valid TPDRs for the incorporation into the deficient technical publication. IETM users shall also submit separate TPDRs for each deficiency via electronic format. TPDRs provide a simplified procedure to submit technical publication safety hazards and routine deficiencies to the FST, with an engineering responsibility for the equipment covered by the technical publication. JDRF shall also be used by FSTs and LMTCs to initiate changes via TPDRs to technical publications under their engineering authority, either to correct deficiencies found by the FST or to incorporate new acquisition-related data such as formal TD changes. TPDRs shall not be used for reporting deficiencies in instructions or notices. For additional information, contact the NATEC TPDR Clearinghouse Coordinator. If there's difficulty in submitting TPDRs to JDRS, contact the on-call JDRS Clearinghouse or contact your local JDRS Clearinghouse representative. Thank you for your attention and your constructive feedback. Technical manuals are a vital element of advanced technology and requires user feedback to support continued safety and process improvements. Your feedback is vitally important to naval aviation. You are helping to improve our mission effectiveness, increase safety, and ultimately advance our national defense capabilities. Thank you.
Most deck plate level sailors and Marines use technical manuals on a daily basis. However, many are unaware of requirements for mandatory response to user feedback from forms that are present in the technical manuals and DoD standards. Here are a few examples of where such feedback has made an important difference.
Let me give you a couple of examples. The way that we learned about issues with the Navy's fall protection harness was not from the typical feedback system. The manufacturer came to me and said, we have issues with this product. It's more expensive, less protective, less consistent with current regulations than our other products that we sell to industry. And guess who the only customer was? Well, we were able to direct that feedback to the people that control the fall protection harness and get a better, more comfortable and safer product out to our sailors. But that feedback took longer than we would have desired, and certainly that wasn't the ideal way it should have happened. In another case, a colleague described a toolbox deployed on one of the aircraft used in Afghanistan. That toolbox weighed about 80 pounds, and the most obvious problem was that it was heavy enough so the handle kept breaking off. The other problem was that it was way too heavy for the users, and while the backs and shoulders of the Marines didn't fall out, they were certainly under unnecessary stress and unnecessary risk. The people who were about to be deployed didn't have time to fill out the relevant form describing the issues in their technical manual. When I brought that issue to the engineer in charge of the process, I got much less response than I would have if the same feedback had been provided by the users of that equipment. It would have not been possible within the system to have that feedback dismissed without further consequences. So in this particular case, the feedback of users would have been much more powerful than a guy like me just sitting in a desk in the Pentagon.
Inspection for previously unseen maintenance issues in the UH-1Y, a potentially life-saving find made by a squadron mechanic. Identifying a need for periodic evaluation of hydraulic system bolts that was previously unidentified in the IETMs, the Interactive Electronic Technical Manuals, to prevent the potential for catastrophic failure of flight controls. This was documented in MEC Magazine the spring of 2012. Maintenance manual improvements on the P3 to avoid errors in servicing hydraulic systems. This was in MEC Magazine winter 2012. You know that user feedback and related process improvement is an essential but often neglected component of safety management systems. Implementation is supported by requirements for response by relevant technical authorities and increasing Navy and DoD emphasis on defense standardization improvements. There is a common misunderstanding that the system actively seeks to prevent feedback to improve and to point out its safety for users. There's a need to eliminate barriers among both managers and civilian workers, as well as among officers and enlisted. A responsive process supports the efficiency and effectiveness of our armed forces. It is absolutely necessary, though, for sailors, Marines, and civilians to support the process, and direct involvement is very much needed.